Hi, Nadia. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again. And also, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this for me because it's not only is it good for me, but it's also really good for anyone that's interested in IEMT to sort of understand how it works. So, thank you. Um,
My pleasure.
Oh, thank you. The first thing I wanted to know was how did you actually find me, and did you know anything about IEMT before?
I I had heard of I can't say it, sorry. IMET.
IEMT,
Sorry.
Integral Eye Movement Therapy.
I'm so sorry. I swear I think I'm a little dyslexic. Anyway,
That's
I
all
had
right.
heard about IEMT for a while and it had always really intrigued me.
Mhm.
And I had always thought this is something that I'd like to do. um, because it just sounded fascinating. And my niece had actually done it for some trauma she had had.
Mhm.
And um, I think she benefited greatly from it.
Mhm.
You were recommended to me via someone who thought you were amazing.
Oh,
So I
thank
thought, time to
you.
actually look into this.
That's nice to hear. Thank you so much. Okay, and can you just tell me a little bit about your issues? What a little bit about what wanted to work on.
What I what I really wanted to work on was abandonment and self-worth because I just felt like this was something that I had experienced when I was a child with my father, and I never really worked through it, and it wasn't something that was discussed in the family. And then just recently, uh, these issues had come up for me again, and I just thought it's time to time to look at this.
Yeah. And we did look at that in the session,
Yeah.
didn't we? And how did you actually find the session?
Um, I found the session to be really, really helpful. I didn't go in with any expectations. I wasn't sure, you know, what I was going to experience.
Mhm.
But I just found it absolutely fascinating. And the way that you would have me in a situation, going back to a memory, and then kind of doing it again and again, and finding myself kind of moving further and further away from the big emotions of that situation and being able to kind of look at it more objectively.
Mm.
It blew my mind, I have to say. It really blew my mind. And one of the situations you had me go back to was with my father. And um, in that vision, I wasn't expecting anything. I had no expectations, but in that vision, he actually um, he actually knelt down to me. I was a child. I was 9, and totally unexpectedly, he put his arms around me. It's making me very
Oh,
emotional now,
no.
and that blew my mind because I had no preconceived notions of
Mm.
where this was gonna go, what was gonna come up from it, and I was quite shocked that my mind had taken me to the thing I'd least expected, which was some kind of forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I just thought it was absolutely amazing,
Mm.
Sheila, and I just felt so emotional from the session, and I did shed some tears, and it did just feel like release. I felt like I was releasing stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, by the end of the session, I did feel exhausted.
I think that's what IEMT does. It's like once you deal with the the bad memories or the negative memories, the good memories are then allowed to surface and come out. And I think that's what you experienced with your dad.
Mm.
It was like all the negative sort of got dealt with, and then the sort of good memories of forgiveness, and you felt a connection, didn't you, that you
Yeah,
hadn't
I
before.
mean, totally, like I said, totally unexpected. I don't know where I was thinking that vision would go,
Mm,
but certainly not that. And so it really, really surprised me, and it made me feel like, because I am estranged from my father and I don't talk to him, but it did make me think that I made a little bit of peace with it,
mm, that's
and that perhaps there was also some forgiveness there, and that would eventually move me forward from the abandonment issues. So it felt like it opened a door to
yeah.
more.
Exactly. It's sort of IEMT clears sort of the dead wood out of the way,
Mm,
so that you can move forward, with more peace of mind and more clarity, instead of being, attached to all
mm,
those negative attachments from the past that, you don't need to be carrying anymore. You don't need those burdens.
yeah,
Um, yeah, it was a very good, interesting session. And yeah, it was emotional, and it can be emotional, and it's a good thing that you're releasing all that tension from a long time ago.
yeah. It's definitely freeing.
And I feel like you've moved forward. You're moving forward in your life now. You're making those changes, even though to you it might still feel like you're walking. It's quite hard going. But I've noticed that you are making changes in your life.
Oh, that's
Making
that's
decisions
wonderful to
and
hear.
moving forward.
Yeah, I just want to be free of the baggage and release the past because it's not
Yeah.
worth hanging on to because it's
Mm.
just stopping people from moving forward. And
Yeah.
yeah, well, thanks for noticing that because that
Yeah.
is my goal is to free myself and move forward. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's what you're doing, taking positive steps and to change your life,
Mm.
to 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 eventually get the life that you want and you deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did really, really well. And yeah, my last question is, if you could describe one word from before the sessions and one word from after the sessions, what would those two words be?
I I I feel like purging, releasing.
Is that from before or after?
After,
After.
after, I would say that, before I was just hanging on to stuff. And then afterwards, like I said, some of the stuff that came up, I just felt like even after I had finished my session with you, Sheila, and the next day, it's almost like my body was purging. I had earache in, I think, my right ear, which is your masculine side, I think, and ringing. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then I also had a stomach pain in my stomach. And I think um, that I was probably releasing some kind of emotions because I know that, well, the body does hang on to
Right, yeah,
emotions. It stores them in the body. It's like
yeah.
that book. Oh, what's that famous
Body
book?
keeps the score.
Yes, the body
Mm,
keeps a score. And I totally believe that,
mm,
that through trauma, through stress, we hold things. And
yeah,
to me, it was no coincidence that the day after this
yeah,
session with you, that there was a few body issues that disappeared within a couple of days, but I was just I just really noticed them and I felt perhaps they were connected. So
Yeah,
for me, I do feel like I released emotions with you. And I do think actually that um, I would think it would probably be really beneficial to do more than one session with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I think that I got so much out of that session with you that I could see, a few weeks down the road doing another one, and just getting even deeper.
Well, yeah, I mean, we normally do two sessions, as I said,
Yeah.
but because of time and
Yeah,
commitment,
I was going away. Yeah.
we couldn't really follow it up. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always happy to follow things up with you because I think it would be really beneficial for you.
Oh, thank you.
Um,
I think I just think I think the session was amazing, and I just think anyone who worked with you would really, really benefit from
Thank you
doing
very much.
a
That's
session with you.
very nice of you to say. Um, And I just wanted to touch on the body somatic
Mm,
release. I mean, you're at the end of the session, your brain is still processing stuff. So and also, as you say, the body does hold on to old trauma and wounds, and as the brain's reprocessing, it may well show in the body just for a couple of days, day
mm.
or so. Um,
Yeah,
and then it's just your body trying to release the trauma as well, which can only be a good thing.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, would love to see you for another session. Work on some more old stuff that, we don't need to carry anymore.
Yeah.
But once again, I wanted to say thank you so much for doing this. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Mm.
And yeah, I hope we work together in the future.
Sheila, thank you so much. I feel the same way. I feel like I just got so much out of meeting you and doing this session, and I can't recommend it enough. And I look forward to working with you again in the future. Thank you,
Great.
Sheila.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.